Hello, welcome. This week's lesson is on summarizing events in a story's plot. And so behind me, I have our infamous plot mountain here to help us with our lesson. Plot mountain is a simple symbol for the structure that narratives and fictional stories follow. There's always rising action to a peak in a story, and then the declining action, the falling action to the resolution of a story. So again, this does not follow nonfiction literature. Today we are going to learn how to summarize events in a fictional story's plot. I have some post-it notes up here with some letters. If you have taken my reading classes, SWBST should be familiar letters to you for summarizing. At the bottom, I also have it listed here. It says you can summarize narratives with SWBST. I want you to take a second and see if you can remember what each letter means. There's 5 fingers, SWBST. And again, this is how to summarize stories. So the first S is somebody. The W is wanted. The B is but. The S is so. And the T is then. And then is always a turning point in a story. It's how do they get over their conflict? How is the story resolved? What's the resolution? So you can see the T is kind of alone on Plot Mountain. Early in the story, we know the somebody. In all stories that you read that are fictional, kind of like our example for our lesson today, it's the pigeon is the somebody. So we have somebody wanted, but so then. Usually in stories, you learn quickly the who and the why, basically. What do they want in the story? If they got everything they wanted, there would be no story. So I know my oldest son, who's now in 4th grade, he refused to watch even Disney movies when he was younger. He did not like conflict. He wanted there to be no problem. So he would say, why is there always a bad guy? I don't like this. Or why is she leaving her family? If that never happened, there would be no story. Stories are built early on conflict. This is the B, our but. Somebody wanted but. So when we're reading stories, be prepared that a character is going to go through a problem. We call conflicts problems. So somebody wanted, but something's going to happen and they don't get what they want. So how is the character going to get over the problem? So the S is the so. What are they going to do? What happens in the story next because of the conflict or the but? At the end, we have the then. Stories can't end without the then. There has to be a nice ending. And when we're reading stories together, usually there is a happy ending at the end. So again, this lesson is for how to summarize events and plot. Included in summaries is basically just 12 words or less. Somebody wanted, but so then. If a detail is not that important to the plot, then leave it out of the summary. If I told you you had to tell me what your favorite show is about, but you can only use 12 words, you would quickly decide what is important to include in the summary and what is not. So you wouldn't sing me the theme song. You wouldn't tell me about every single episode's setting. You wouldn't go into full detail about what the houses look like or what season. You would chop all that non-important detail information out and give me somebody. You tell me the who. You tell me what they want. What are they doing? You would chop out every detail that wasn't important. That is a summary. When you get home from the movie theater and you tell your friends, I just saw a really cool movie, and they say, what was it about? You don't start at the beginning and say every single word the character said. You tell them the most important parts of the movie. So when you're answering questions about stories you read or passages, and you get to a question that says, which of the following answers would be included in the story summary? You immediately are going to eliminate ones that have details that are not important to the plot. So if it's about somebody wanting something, but something happened to stop them, what they did to get over it, and then how it ends. That is the key points of summaries. Everything else can be chopped out. We're going to practice this together today using the book Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus. This book is written by Mo Willems. He's also the illustrator, and I have permission from Scholastic to read it to you today. So Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus. And we're going to stop and interact a little bit with the text. Hi, I'm the bus driver. Listen, I've got to leave for a little while, so can you watch things for me until I get back? Thanks. Oh, and remember, don't let the pigeon drive the bus. There he goes. And there's the pigeon. He was waiting for him to leave. I thought he'd never leave. Oh no. Hey, can I drive the bus? All right, we have something here. So we have the somebody. Who's that? The pigeon. And now we know what he wants. He wants to drive the bus. Perfect. Please, I'll be careful. The pigeon wants to drive the bus, but he's learning the problem here. Are we going to let him drive the bus? No, the bus driver said not to let him. So he's going to have to start doing some things. He's going to try to persuade us. I'll be careful. I'll tell you what, I'll just steer. My cousin Herb drives a bus almost every day. So he's trying to persuade us to get over his problem of us not letting him drive. True story. I love that line above his head right there. We're making him frustrated. We're not helping his problem. He's going to have to keep trying to persuade us and convince us. Roomy, room, room, pigeon at the wheel. No? I never get to do anything. He's trying to make us feel sad for him. So he's trying a lot of so. See all this space around the S? This is going to be a lot of portion of the book trying to get over the problem. Hey, I've got an idea. Let's play Drive the Bus. I'll go first. You think we should let him? I think he really wants to. Come on, just once around the block. I'll be your best friend. Look at all of these parts of this book where he's trying to convince us. We're still stuck in the S. So what is he going to do to get over his problem? I'll be your best friend. How about I give you $5? No fair. I bet your mom would let me. I love that one. What's a big deal? It's just a bus. I have dreams, you know. Fine. Let me drive the bus. Whoa. He's so mad his feathers are getting shaken out. That's how I read that page. Oh no, the driver's back. It's a good thing that we didn't let him drive the bus. I'm back. You didn't let the pigeon drive the bus, did you? Great. Thanks a lot. Uh-oh. So the pigeon wanted to drive the bus, but we wouldn't let him. So he tried to convince us, but we still didn't change our mind. So then what does he do? If you've read this book before, think back. How does this story end for the pigeon? Hey. He starts dreaming. He changes his whole entire story to now want to drive a truck. He got over his problem by realizing it wasn't ever going to happen for him. Then he changed his dream and his love to be a truck. At the very end of this story, He actually is now visualizing himself driving a truck and not a bus, because we did not let him. We were part of the conflict in that story. We kept saying no. So then he changed and wanted to drive a bus. So at the end, he was happy and content, trying to now pursue driving a truck. I did not include in this story at all what color the pigeon was. The color did not have an impact on the story structure. I did not also include the bus driver's uniform. I didn't say if the bus driver was wearing a hat or not. Somebody wanted but so then. 12 words or less. The pigeon wanted to drive, but we said no, so he wanted to drive a truck. Look at that. 16 words. So again, I said around 12. That means less than 20, a little more than 10. So we fit in right in that spot. Shoot for low teen numbers and summaries. If you're having too many words in a summary, see what you can chop out. But focus on SWBST. Thank you for watching.